Hey guys, welcome back to CPL Fever. It's your host, Jack Murray and Andrew Murray. We are joined by the Halifax Wanderers' new signing this year, Brazilian center attacking mid, magician of the ball, Joao Morelli.
Hi guys, thanks for having me.
Well, thanks so much for doing this with us, Joao. So, obviously, you're from Brazil. Soccer, or football as you call it there, has a great history of producing some just fabulous players. How did you get started playing soccer, or as you would call it, football?
Well, I think it was so natural. Since I was born, I was always like running, chasing a ball, and my first time playing with like a team in Brazil was I was 3 years old. Like I was in love with football since the beginning, and my dad figured I wanted to do that. So yeah, I was 3. I had no clue at all what to do. But yeah, I started from there.
Yeah, did your parents play, or?
No, only my uncle in my family that played, but not professional football. All my siblings as well, no one played football.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Really?
How many
And
siblings do you have?
I have 5.
Okay.
Wow. And you've gone on to become professional players playing in some really big leagues.
Yeah.
And I also want to ask you, how was it like growing up in Sao Paulo? Because obviously you said you're always chasing a ball, but can you tell us a bit more about what it was like to grow up in Sao Paulo?
Yeah, so I was born in San Paulo. I grew up in a small city, like 1 hour away from it. And so yeah, as everyone knows, like we play football in the streets. We play like the small-sided games, 5-a-sides everywhere. And yeah, it was really, really nice growing up there. I really like Brazil. I have a lot of friends there. A lot of friends that played football with me, but they ended up like not making it, which is sad because there's so many good players there, and it makes even more hard. So yeah, but it was nice. I enjoyed my whole life, always with a ball, always playing.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes if I didn't have a ball, we would just like kick some bottles around and try to make us the best as possible to play football.
Yeah, and I love how you would just try and find something that you could play with. I really love that. But you did mention like 5-a-side soccer, and I was going to ask you because I know a lot of people say that street soccer, like 5-a-side, has helped them a lot. So, how do you think street soccer helped you develop?
It's a very different game when you play in a small-sided. And so yeah, I played futsal when I was a kid. I played until I was like 12, 13. And it helps you a lot on your touch, how to control the ball, how to deal with situations in small places when you're around like more than one defender. So it helps you a lot on the thinking fast and dealing with like harder situations because it's a small pitch.
Okay, yeah.
And were you so you mentioned futsal. That's obviously played in a court. What would be the biggest difference between being really good at futsal and being good on a bigger pitch? Is it a lot more of when you move to the bigger pitch? Is a lot more being physical and having that stamina that you don't necessarily need to have at futsal, because it's less about stamina and more about the technical ability?
Yeah, it seems like futsal. It seems like it's not as physical as football, normal football, but the difference is like that you can't stop when you play football. So you can't stop running. So it's very, very intense.
Right.
But I feel like you have to think. You have much more options on the field, on the grass, than you have on playing futsal. So and sometimes you have to think much more of like a different thing to do to make an impact in a game than you have on futsal, because it's only 4 against 4 plus the goalkeeper, and there's not many like options. So it's basically like trained plays. So it's like set pieces. So like you train basically all the movements, and pitch you have to improvise much more than you have on futsal.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That makes a lot of sense because I never thought about it quite that way. But yeah, it does make a lot of sense.
Now, were you always the standout player on your team?
Well, I've always had a very good pass and finish, which is in my position, it helps a lot. Well, I've seen so many talent players like not making it because it's so hard. Well, I like to see myself as the main player in the team, not even the best, but like the main player. Not because I think I'm the best or nothing like that. It's just because I have to think this way, so it helps me like grow my confidence and stuff. So I think, I think all the places I went, I was one of the main characters.
Right. So basically, like some players will kind of hide and kind of not kind of be there, but you're kind of always like, give me the ball, pass me the ball. You always want to be involved.
Yeah, exactly. I'm always trying to get on the ball. I'm always trying. I love like being in a hard situation in a game where like I feel like I'm able to do like a different, like if you're losing, I'm able to score like and tie the game, or even like if it's 1-1 or we tie in the game, I can score the winner. So it's in my head when I have these situations, which is like the pressure is very high. I like to deal with that.
Okay. So tell me about some of your idols growing up. Like who did you look up to when you were playing? Who was like when you were 10, 11, 12, who were you pretending to be when you were playing those five-a-side games with your friends?
Well, we always liked Ronaldinho.
Okay.
Particularly, I liked Ronaldo more, the original Ronaldo.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kaká for me he is my idol because I think I compare myself to him on the pitch. I think we have a similar style. But I see that Ronaldinho is like better than him, like if you see in a way, because it was just unbelievable. And yeah, I've always looked up to these players, and I remember Kaká. I was in the stadium when he debuted for the first team in San Paulo.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a really, really like good moment because like as soon as after that game, his career like grew up so fast and he became like the player he was.
Yeah, and I think I read that somewhere that Kaká was your idol, and that you want to take a page from Kaká and you want to play, because Kaká played pretty simple but very effective, and you want to play like that in the CPL.
Yeah, I'm this kind of player. Like sometimes I like doing some like magical stuff, but I don't think of it at all. Like if I have to take one touch, I'll take one touch. I don't like to be like showing off too much on the pitch. I just like to be effective.
Yeah, simple and effective.
I like that. I like that philosophy. So, what do you think of players that try to be overly flashy, like say Neymar, another Brazilian?
It's just like it goes from people to person to person. Like I mean, if he feels comfortable doing it, like it's his game, and I feel Neymar like sometimes he's not direct, but he likes doing that, and probably when he does that, and it's success. It's a success. Like the player or whatever it does, he just like his confidence grows, and then he's gonna do like something effective in the next play or score a goal or whatever. So it's just like the way the player plays. I'm not against it. I kind of enjoy it watching it as well.
Yeah. Well, I've
And
watched you. Go ahead, Jai.
Oh, and you had, and like you said, you like to play simple, and but you did say you like to do like something magical here and then. So, what is your favorite like skill move to use, and what is your favorite skill move to watch?
Um, there's one thing. It's not even like I just love making people. I feel like very proud of myself. It's just like and I hate being megged. I feel very bad when I'm megged by someone. But yeah, I love doing that. But there's one thing that I feel like I'm really good at is like back healing passes.
Back healing?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do that all the time in training, every like games. I feel like it's simple for me. I don't try to do like over amount of times. I just try to be like if I have to. But like I feel like I'm very good at that. It's not that hard if you things like these players do. But yeah, I like it.
And you said you were on one of the Wanderers lives, and I asked you because I play as a cam as well. I asked you some tips for a cam, and you said you have to be aware. So as being aware, you're because you're aware, you know that back heel will get where it wants because you're so aware and you're checking your shoulder, and you know where everybody is, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So the main thing, as I said, is if you turn your back to the opposition goal, you have to check your shoulders, because playing as a number 10, you will never be alone. You will always like be chased by people. So the back heel can be very effective if you link up with the striker, or maybe just to the third man or whatever. Even the guy that passes you the ball and you're turning your back, in a position to turn, you just you have to be aware where the other players are. So the back heel passes sometimes in the middle is very effective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've noticed in watching some of your highlight videos, you for number 10 you play really high up the pitch. It seems like you and you're really clinical in your finishing. It seems like if you get a chance, you're going to bury that sucker. Is that one of your biggest strengths of your game?
Yeah, I think so. As players as a number, people don't see them as the like top scorers. They always look up to the striker. But I feel like I can get a lot of chances and score a lot. Most of my goals are from outside of the box.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's definitely one of my strength.
Yeah, and I saw in your highlight reels that you like to do a lot of like outside or like long shots. When the season is back up again and I'm a ball boy, I'll be so excited when I see you at the edge of the box or somewhere and you get a long shot and it just goes past the goalie's glove and then everyone goes wild.
And I'll go somewhere with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome. And then there'd be blue smoke on the pitch.
Yeah, I was very excited to have the normal season. Well, unfortunately, yeah, we're going through hard times. But hopefully next year I'll come back and we can do it.
What's your favorite formation to play? And where are you in that formation?
I like playing 4-3-3 with just me as a midfielder. So like 2 holding and 1 number 10.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean I can play with 1 holding midfielder and 2 wide midfielders, but I prefer just myself behind the striker.
Just so you can kind of be the main creative player.
Yes,
and
have more places to go and to move, and not only on the side I am. So I can go like more spaces and try to find more spaces to get the ball and do some.
Cool. Well, in terms of training in like Brazil, what do they do differently besides futsal? Do they use like smaller weighted balls, or like
Yeah,
what's different?
well, normal training in clubs, it's pretty similar, to be fair. But when I was a kid, my dad used to say that if I like juggle with the smaller ball, those smaller balls that they made, and my touch would get better. So yeah, I used to do that a lot. It's like juggling with a small ball, um, like kicking the ball at the wall and trying to receive the ball as if it was a pass. So this actually helps a lot to improve your touch and your control of the ball.
Yeah, so juggling with a small ball and like passing it to a wall and controlling it. Yeah. But I also wanted to still talk about the number 10 role, and you had said like you have to be aware and stuff, but what I wanted to hear more about, what do you think are the most important characteristics of a number 10? Well, I can't.
I think you have to think very fast, first
Yeah.
of all, and you have to read the pitch before you get the ball. So as soon as you get the ball, you already know what to do, because really you don't have much time on the ball. So maybe if you know what to do before you get the ball, you're gonna maybe turn quicker, maybe turn to the right side and take the defender away, and then from there you can create a lot of things. So I think thinking fast is one of the most important thing, and obviously you're gonna have to get good touch on the ball always, because if you don't, then either you have to play back, or you're gonna lose the ball. So
Yeah, because now I'm starting to like think faster and like trying to know where I'm gonna pass the ball when I get the ball. So yeah, I'm trying to do that now. Unfortunately, it's kind of, since quarantine, it's kind of been hard because it's not like big games, and like you can't like invite a bunch of people over just for like a pickup game, obviously. But I've been thinking about that, just kind of doing exercises for it.
yeah, it's about practice. If you do that a lot of times, you're gonna get good at it, and then it's gonna become easier.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask you another question about the number 10. So my dad and I read this, Dad showed it to me. He found this like little thread on Twitter, and what basically the thread said was a death of a true number, the pure number 10. And basically what they're saying is that players like Juan Mata and other players that used to be like so like amazing in that attacking midfield role, but now because modern football has changed, they've become more of an attacking eight, an advanced center mid. So do you think you are more of like a pure number 10 or advanced number 8? And what do you think about that whole thing?
Yeah, I think I'm more of a pure number 10. That's what I said. When you play 4-3-3, if you play with two number 8, this is what all the players, like Premier League players, you don't see anymore. Number 10, like alone on the pockets. You always have two wide midfielders. So yeah, I see like a lot of quality players changing their games because of the modern football, which I don't like, because I don't know, some players that just, I think some of the players, even though they play the highest level, they could even be better with the natural. But I don't know, it's all about the way the coach wants to play, and maybe it's more effective. Well, as an individual, I think that it's better to have a pure number 10.
Yeah,
Why
me
do you
too.
think?
Me
Yeah,
too.
why do you think they're playing like that? Is it because they're trying to get more physical, or they're trying to, like in English football, kind of play out wide and then cross it into the box, as opposed to kind of tiki taka, kind of going up the middle?
Yeah, I think it, it becomes easier when you have um, so when you have two midfielders like that, two number eights, it's easier for them to attack and defend. So I think they want today nowadays all the players have to defend. So yeah, that position I think they cover more space and it's harder to the opposition to play. And yeah, also like I think playing out it's easier sometimes. I don't know. There's a lot of pros and cons, but I don't know. Like maybe because of defending more, sometimes it's easier because if there's only one, then that one has to go back, that has to attack more and go back more either way. So just the kind, I don't know, they're adapting the game to more physical challenges and plays.
Mm-hmm. And you had said that like some players you felt like could, even though they're playing at the top levels, they could be so much better if like they're just a pure number 10. So who is one player that you would like to see go back to a pure number 10? I would choose Isco, but he's still pretty much like a pure number 10. He's still kind of there, but he's not getting as much minutes. So who would you like to see go back to being a pure number 10?
I think even De Bruyne, I think he should be playing as a proper number 10, but he's always playing as an 8. Well, he's effective in anywhere. Like guys, it's unbelievable. Well, I miss seeing Ozil when he used to play like proper number 10. It was much better than he is today, I think, because he's always there, but like has different tasks and everything. I think it just changed the way the player plays. So I think Ozil for me I used to love watching him. He's just like, he's kind of my type as well, because he's always like passing the ball. He's never like going through 5 people. It's just like, he's simple, but he's unbelievable.
Yeah, because a few years ago, I remember like a couple of years ago, he was like really like one of the best there is. And now he's still a good player, but he wasn't what he was before. And before I thought maybe it was just because he was getting older. But I think it could be more of a mix of modern football changing and him getting older. Because obviously the older you get, your player's gonna get a bit impacted. But I feel like a big part of it is more because of how modern football has changed.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It has changed a lot, and it's still like changing. So yeah, even Coutinho for me, like sometimes in the national team he plays as a winger. I don't see him as a winger at all. It's just, for me, he's a number 10, and I think he used to, even like a couple of years ago, like he already changed the way he's playing. So like he used to be much better. I think this is what happens.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing that I said about Ozil, but it's with Philip Coutinho. There are so many players that we could go on and on about this, but I think that but I think we should get on to our next topic.
Well, that kind of ties into the England bit, right?
Yeah, the England bit. So how about we talk about England?
So with England, I mean, was that always a dream for you to go to England, or why did you pick England? Because like the Brazilian league, for all the talented Brazilians, there's not many that just stay domestically. It's like that's kind of like not a league where they want to play. And then you go to any other league, and you know some of the best players are going to be Brazilian. So was England some place you always wanted to go to? Or why did you pick England?
I've always watched Premier League and I've always loved it. But I mean, like it's just a dream that like every kid in Brazil like dreams of playing in Europe. So when I turned 18, I had the chance and I was like, I like not go. I have to. So, but yeah, like I didn't pick England, but that was the option, and obviously I would play there, and I didn't think twice, just went for it. I'm like this, so if I see an opportunity, I'll just go for it and then see what happens.
Nice.
And Juhinho scouted you, right? And and he helped you get to England, right? And he was a World Cup champion, and he singled you out to be a future star. So how did that make you feel when he said that?
Yeah, I was playing for his team in Brazil, which is my city. He's the owner of the club, and yeah, they had this conversation that they decided to exchange some players, but we ended up only the Brazilian players going to England, and then he picked me out. I was really really happy, proud because there were so many good players there as well, and yeah, he thought my style could fit in Europe, and I think it's a really good thing to hear from a World Cup champion. So I was really really proud of myself at that time. Yeah.
So in England, they play a like kind of a more physical, long
Long ball.
ball, and then cross it into the box. Like that's one of the things on my team. Like I play on one of the worst technical teams in my league, but one of the things that frustrates me is they're always just like doing a long ball, and then 80% of the time the other team is better at controlling it. So we're basically giving away possession, and then we're defending again. So in England, how did you find that? Because there's a lot of kind of crossing into the box rather than kind of playing up through the middle like that number 10 position that you like to occupy.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest problems there, because I went there as number 10, and my first even training sessions, I wasn't getting the ball at all. Like I had to sometimes go to the defender's feet to get the ball and try. I was going crazy, and then they I changed my position to a striker. I started playing as a striker,
Mm-hmm.
which was even, I don't know, worse, because all they want the striker to do is run in space always, always, always. So then I went to the winger position, which I played most of my games there, played as a right winger. But even though always running in the space, obviously they like the winger to come inside and get the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think I was able to play a lot of games. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense for me, because there is a right time to play the long ball. Obviously, I'm not against it,
Yeah.
but it's not all the time, and it was the same thing. Even in a good team playing only long balls, you can be sure that they don't have the more possession than the other team. So it doesn't make sense for me. I like being with the control of the game. I like controlling the game, like the team.
Right.
I am controlling the game, trying to play out. So yeah, it was very very hard for me to adapt to that game.
And is it
yeah.
just because they don't have enough technical players that are good technically on the ball, or why do they play that way? Because it's not as fun to watch for the fans either, would you say?
Yeah, I really don't understand that, because in England, compared to all the other places I went, we used to do a lot of passing drills every single day, and they weren't bad at all, like passing and controlling the ball and nothing. So I think all the players were able to play out. It's just an old school football trying to adapt to a modern football. I don't know. So they're just like taught this way their whole lives. So I think it's
Right.
just natural for them to just like get the ball and play a diagonal ball, like sometimes not even like not the winger is not even like free. So just challenge the ball and play and try to get the second ball. That was the plan.
Yeah, and the coach who got like sacked the next game. So if he was still the coach, do you think he would have played you as a number 10? And do you think it would have been more your type of style?
When I went to Fleetwood, the coach got sacked after 1 week.
Yeah,
So
Fleetwood.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know what would happen, but it was really the hardest time of my life. I was in Fleetwood, so but yeah, I was playing as a number 10 there.
Now, when you went over to Estonia, you were playing more as an advanced number 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
how did you like? Oh, go on.
No, go ahead.
How did you like Estonia?
Yeah, the first year I went there in 2017, I enjoyed a lot. We had a very good team, to be fair. Like I feel like it's just lack of training, like game plan, or the quality of the players weren't like it wasn't bad at all. But yeah, I was playing as just behind the striker, which is the most comfortable position for me. So if I play there, I think I'm gonna try to I'm gonna be able to at least get close to my 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where I felt most comfortable during all these years because I played in my natural position.
And you had some fantastic seasons in Estonia. You got so many goals, so many assists in 2 seasons. It was really great. Like the stats were, I was wowed by the stats, and I was like, I can't believe this guy is coming to the CPL and coming to our team. I would have been so disappointed if you picked a different team.
Yeah. How did you find out about the CPL? Did you hear about it, or did an agent tell you about it, or?
No, like the club contacted me, and I didn't even know about CPL before.
Yeah.
But I got to know it. Obviously, I went I tried to look for videos and see the club and everything. And then when you see the videos, it's impressive because the stadium is like unbelievable. I was like, there's no way, like this is amazing. So I have to at least try. Like as I said, like if I have the opportunity, I'll just go for it. And my agent, he told me that he didn't know the league, but he was 100% sure that it was very well organized, which is like to play in a professional league. If it's organized, you're gonna like it anyway. So, and as soon as I saw the fans as well, all the stuff they did like during the year and all, I was like, no, I have to give it a go, and I ended up like really loving it here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the fans are great. I can't wait. I really hope that the season starts soon. Like I said, so you and all of the other new players can experience the fans, because I was a ball boy, but some of the fans, they throw blue smoke and they're so happy, and it's just an amazing feeling. And as like a cam and getting an assist and goal, it would feel so good to get it right there. And I'm sure there's going to be a few Brazilian flags in there in that stadium.
So I hope.
Yeah, because there were a lot of flags last year, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be quite a few Brazilian flags, especially with 2 Brazilians. But I'm sure that there'll be some Brazilian flags in there.
Yeah, that would be an extra motivation, 100%.
So obviously, the Wanderers like didn't do a ton of scoring last year. So you were obviously brought in to help that. I'm sure you've watched some of the Wanderers tapes.
Yeah.
Can you see, looking at those tapes, that they were kind of missing more of a striker or more of that kind of number 10 to kind of link up the play and support those strikers?
Yeah, I think it doesn't depend only on the striker or number 10. I think creating chances, like, it comes from the goalkeeper. But yeah, I think the number 10 position was more needed than the striker. I really like Hakim Garcia. Like, we train together, so I really like training with him. He's effective, and I think I'm pretty sure, like, if we play together, we're gonna be a great duo.
Okay, because he's training more in the center than on the wing, right?
Yeah. He can play on the wing, but I think he's better as a number 9.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's some more fast players that we got too, that have come in, which should help.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So you're just gonna have to supply them with your accurate
Yeah.
passes.
I'm excited to see that duo of Joao Morelli and Garcia. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, same.
So how do you think the CPL will line up against, the level of play in England and the level of play in Estonia? I mean, obviously it's hard to tell just from watching some tape,
And training with the team, but
yeah, you've had the chance to train with the team. I'm sure you put some goals past Ox, right?
Yeah. It's always trying to get into my head, but I'm really focused, and yeah, definitely I scored a lot of goals already.
All right.
But yeah, I see even watching the tapes from last year, and I see this squad for this season. I think no one believes in us, but I think we're gonna be like one of the best teams easily.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you compare to the places I've been, I mean, I played under 23s in England, so when you play men's football, it's different. It's just different. Like, you maybe the quality is the same sometimes, even though I think the players here are more clinical. And one thing that I said to everyone that asked me is that the players they know what to do in, like, every part of the pitch. So they're not trying to do an extra thing. Like, this is one of the problems I had in Estonia. So I had, like, holding midfielders trying to score all the time. So, like this, that play to be better than the others, it shouldn't be like this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, because it's a team sport.
Yeah, and I say here, like, everyone knows, like, the place to be, and they're very aware of what to do. Even though I'm not sure, because we had, like, I think 2 11 against 11 before the quarantine, and we're not having any now. But if I liked it, like, from the first week, I'm pretty sure, like, if we train together for, like, the 2 more months here, we're gonna be very good.
And like you said, a lot of people, like, I think, like, the other teams don't think we're gonna be that good, but we've improved so much this year that I think we're gonna be the dark horse of the CPL.
Yeah.
And if we're the dark horse, that means teams will not pay as much attention, and then they'll think that they're so much better, and then they'll lower their, like, expectations, and then we'll surprise them, and then maybe we'll get a few wins and a few goals.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%. I think I see the team, like, really going, like, in the high table, like, 100% easily.
Nice. What have you learned from Stephen Hart? Is there anything that you've picked up from him just being in here in this short time?
Yeah, he's a very smart guy. You can tell by the way he talks. Like, he's very experienced as well, and like just the way he talks, like he's calm, and it just says some things that it's so obvious, but sometimes you don't pay attention. But then the way he tells you like what to do, and it becomes like more simple, like even like just simple passes. He talks a lot about the weight of the pass, which is, if you think about it, like you have to change the way of the pass in the situation that you are. And I think if you do it like properly, you don't make mistakes, like passing mistakes. So there's a lot of small details that he sees like in training that other coaches I had wouldn't say anything about it. So this is one of the things that we all gonna learn a lot from him.
Yeah, and that's a very important point because a lot of people don't think about, but passing with the right amount of weight really makes a huge difference, because if you pass it too hard, the player who's receiving it does have to like get a good touch and get their body right, but it really does help them if you get a good pass.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
So what about getting ready for a game? Like, how did you develop your mindset, or is there anything you do before a game to prepare yourself mentally?
I mean, it's you always a little bit nervous like before the games, but it's not a bad nervous. It's like a good feeling, like
Yeah.
you're like excited,
Right.
but it's a natural thing, and I just had to learn how to deal with that. And all I do is, as soon as I go to the stadium, I'll just like listen to like music, Brazilian songs and everything. So I'm just trying to relax, obviously focus, but like not thinking of the game, like not trying to think like, oh, what am I doing? Am I going to do? Or how is it gonna be? And I think as soon as we go to warm up, then everything, like you have to be like focused, and then just trying to think of like giving 100%. And obviously you're gonna be, sometimes you can be 100%, but you gotta try to always be calm and try to deal with the game situations.
Yeah. And you mentioned that before a game you like to listen to some music. So who is your favorite Brazilian artist, and what's your favorite Brazilian song?
It's pretty hard. We have a lot of good songs, but there's a there's some kind of songs that I like more. But it's called funk.
Okay.
And it's when I listen to it, I cannot not dance. So like even in the dressing room, I'm always like dancing and like vibing, like and listen to the songs. And like, but I don't have a song that I say, oh, this is my favorite song. I just like the type of the song, so which is very similar to all the songs. So I listen to them a lot before the games, which it gets me hyped. So.
And who is your favorite artist
in Brazil?
Yeah.
It's hard. A lot of good singers in Brazil. But I'd say you probably don't know. I'd say it's a classic. Not it's more like no, like as a exciting songs. Well, I like it because my dad likes it. It's Roberto Carlos. He's called Roberto Carlos. He's been singing like from like since 50 years ago. Like in his songs still like very famous. Not 50, yeah, probably 50 to be fair. Yeah, so like yes, I enjoy every kind of music. So it just depends when and where I'm going to listen to them. Well, I remember when I was a kid, my dad always like used to listen to this guy, and I kind of liked it.
Cool. What do you miss most about Brazil?
think
Because obviously this is, Canada's not quite like Brazil, right? So
weather and the food, I think.
Weather and the food. And what is your favorite Brazilian food, or what is one Brazilian food that everybody has to try?
Um, I think I said it before on the Instagram live. It's called the feijoada.
Feijoada?
It's
Okay.
the black beans with a lot of pork meat.
Hmm.
You mix it with white rice and I don't know, like there's a lot of stuff like going. Like you can mix it. Even if you can even we eat like slices of orange with it.
oh really?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
that sounds
yeah.
good.
It's very tasty. Yeah.
I also saw you juggling an orange. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Always play with your food before you eat it.
But
Had to do it.
but I wanted to ask you, in 2019 you got your own FIFA card, and that must be a pretty cool feeling because FIFA is probably the biggest FIFA game, like soccer game in the world. So when you got that card, what did you do? Did you buy FIFA 19? Did you did you call someone and say, "Hey, I got my own FIFA card," or what did you do?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know I had one
What? Oh, okay. When did you
Okay.
figure it out?
today because you just said.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, I didn't like. I mean, like I knew that when I used to play for Middlesbrough, I was in the game,
Hmm.
and I was really, really bad. My overall was like not even 60, I think. And but yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know if you can show me. Like I really appreciate it because I wasn't aware of that.
Okay.
Okay. I'll send you the link to the cards because I heard that you had a Brazilian card, and I searched up all Brazilian players in FIFA 19, and then there's like at the top there's all these crazy special cards, and then I keep looking, and then I find you.
Oh yeah, I didn't know. That's nice.
But
So
also, what was it like getting Europa League experience?
Yeah, it was really nice. Like when you watch national leagues and watch a Champions League or Europa League, you see the difference of like the atmosphere and everything. So when we went there, even though it was like qualifiers, it's just different. You have to experience it. You just feel more motivated. You just feel like you want to do more. You feel like I don't know. It's just a unique feeling. But yeah, it was good. I played 4 games, and yeah, probably one of the best games of my life because I did really well as well. So
okay.
I was happy, even though we got knocked out like twice. But yeah, it was very very good experience.
So you seem like a
And
player that takes a lot of the leadership. Like, you want the ball. If there's a big game, you step
Yeah,
up and your gameplay improves. So yeah, that bodes well for the Wanderers.
like I'm not the guy that's gonna be talking a lot to everyone and trying to. I mean, I talk, it's normal, but like I'm not the type of captain guy. Well, just like I'll be like quiet, but I'll just try to step up and be like a leader, like playing.
What advice do you have for kids that are trying to go pro?
You have to be. You have to insist on everything you want to do. It's not even just football. You have to. You can never give up. This famous quote in Brazil that is saying that Brazilians never give up because the life is very hard. And yeah, so I think if you train a lot, if you're committed, and there is gonna be like very very hard times when you're gonna feel like a bad player, but it's just your head. You have to get over it and keep going. There's not much there's no magical uh, recipe or something. It's just you have to be committed.
Yeah.
When did you
Yeah.
start working on your weak foot? Like, was there a certain time where you said, "Okay, I'm gonna really start working on my left foot and kind of get that as good as I can get it"?
I think my dad. I mean, like I don't know how, but my dad never played football in his life, and um, so like, but he was always a very good coach for me. Like he was always trying to improve my technique and everything. And I remember when I was like, I don't know, maybe 5, 6 years old, we had a hallway in our house, and there was like the kitchen door was made of wood, like a big one. And my dad used to just like roll the ball for me and say like smash it as hard as you can on the wall, on the door. And he always did like left right left right left right, so I could train like both movements like equally. And I remember my mom went crazy a lot of times because we used to break stuff inside the house. But yeah, since I was a kid, I've always tried to copy my movement when I shoot with the right foot. So if I think it's a pretty good training if you do it slow with your strong foot, and you just stop and then you do it slow with the weak foot. You're gonna get like you're gonna obviously you have to kick the ball 50 times a day at least. So you're gonna improve a lot your weak foot.
Yeah, that's great advice. And I guess your mom's not so mad about it now,
Yeah, yeah. It was worth it.
And what is the best piece of advice a coach has given you?
Any coach?
Yeah, any coach. It could be your
Uh,
dad. It could, because he is technically a coach, even though he's not a, like technically a coach of the team, but he is still a coach for you.
I so my last coach in Estonia, like we had hard times together because our personalities and stuff. But there's there's one thing that he used to say that really got stuck in my mind, and if you think about it, it's just really good. He used to say that the most important play in football is the next one. So if you make a play, it doesn't matter if you make a mistake or if you score the goal. Now the most important is the next one. So like if you miss a goal, if you miss an easy goal, it doesn't matter. You just have to try on the next one and try on the next after that and everything. So I think it's simple, but if you think about it, it's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good advice, definitely.
Seems like you've gotten so much good advice over the years from a lot of coaches, like from Stephen Hart and from your
Yeah.
second coach in Estonia. And yeah, and it just seems like you've gotten a lot of good advice. And all great advice really helps you in whatever like path you're in. So
Yeah, yeah. You have to. I wasn't like this before. I was very stubborn. But you have to listen to the older people and
yeah,
more experienced people. So as soon as you start opening your mind to them, you're gonna get good advices.
yeah.
So, do you follow a special diet, Joe, or like what is
Um,
a?
Not really, not special. Just try to be as healthy as I can, not eating like junky food and stuff, which sometimes is very hard, and it really doesn't make a big difference if you do it like twice a week or something, because we spend a lot of energy. So But yeah, you have to eat properly. But I don't have a proper diet. I just try to be healthy with the carbs and proteins and vegetables which I don't like. But I try to get as much as I can, which is not much as well. But yeah, like there's not a special thing. It's just trying to get normal food and not really junky food and ordering McDonald's. I love McDonald's, by the way, so I have to be careful.
Okay. Actually, in Halifax, there's not that many McDonald's, so
Yeah, but I've
you've been to it already, yeah?
Hey, McDonald's.
Wait. Is that how you survive quarantine? McDonald's delivery.
Uber Eats loves me.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but it's not a lie though.
Yeah.
But going back on soccer, what is your favorite soccer moment been?
You know, one of the best moments was when I came here and I nutmegged Alex Tekaris.
I think you mentioned that you had nutmeg a lot of people, but I think I heard on the Instagram live that you had nutmeg Peter Schall. Is he really easy to? I heard that he's really easy to meg.
No, actually, I haven't. I met some people, but not Peter yet. But he'll.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, you said that you haven't nutmeg meters.
Yeah.
Peter, someone asked if you had.
Yeah, no, but I'm joking. I said that. I told Alex I was going to say that. But I think I don't know. I had so many like good moments, but I think as soon as I signed my professional contract, my first professional contract was the time that I knew that I was going to at least become something.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I've always known that I would make it, but I didn't know like surely. Like my dad used to say, like you have to have a plan B and everything. You can't just think about football. You have to like maybe go to university and everything. And it turned out like finished school and I signed my first professional contract with 17 years old. And then from there, just the next year I went to England. So yeah, that was probably the best moment of my life. My family was very proud as well, so that makes it even better.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and signing your first professional contract is amazing. It just sounds like an amazing moment because you've worked your whole life to get to that moment, just to sign your name on a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's so simple, but it's an unbelievable feeling.
Yeah.
A lot of work must have gone into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jack. Well, do you want to do the rapid fire?
Yeah. So now we're
we'll
on
let Jack go.
our rapid fire questions.
Okay.
And I was going to ask you, do you play FIFA?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, then who do you support as a soccer team?
San Paulo.
Okay. Sao Paulo. And do you have a nickname?
Not really, but I'm starting to get one.
Oh, what is it?
Joãozinho.
Joãozinho?
Yeah. Rigi calls me that every day in training because we used to do the trivia night with the club, and I had to put my name there, and I was like Joãozinho, and like they ended up liking it, and even Rigi says like to me like you have to put that on your shirt. So I'm not sure because I've always played with Morelli in my back, and I don't know, but I really like it though.
Okay. Juhinho. All right.
Juhinho. And what are the trivia nights like?
We don't have it anymore, but it was fun. I used to go to Alex's house place, and we used to play, me, him, and Rigi. We weren't supposed to play together, but we were like helping each other. It was really fun though. Everyone playing together and on the Zoom call. It was a way to help us like go through the quarantine times and like and everything. So yeah, it was kind of good. Yeah.
Okay. And do you cook?
Yes, I do. I try my best, but
What's your favorite thing to cook?
I love pasta. So any kind of pasta I make, I really enjoy it.
And yeah, what's your favorite type of pasta though?
Uh, Alfredo sauce with and a proper Brazilian meat.
Sounds delicious. You're making me hungry. um, what's your favorite movie?
um, there's a few, but I Am Legend is one of them.
Okay.
Okay. What's your favorite book?
I'm not really into books, so I don't know.
Okay. This one is an important one. Hopefully you have one, but that's fine if you don't. What is your favorite board game?
Monopoly.
What? Okay.
Why?
Everybody says Monopoly.
Why? What's yours?
Well, small. I keep waiting for someone to say like this fantasy game, and everyone who I've asked says Monopoly. And I know, like, sure, it is a fun game, but it seems like everyone just plays Monopoly.
Yeah, times changed. Probably I don't even know the game you're talking about.
Yeah, Swallowed is a game where it's a fun game where you're like a race. So there are all these like magical creatures and races, and you have to take over the land, and you get 10 turns, and you can like conquest little areas of the board, and for each area you hold, you get 1 coin. And whoever has the most coins at the end of it wins, and you have to like and then you have to go into the client to get a new race, and there are like little special powers beside each one, which are random, that help you to achieve your goals. So it's a fun game.
Oh, Monopoly.
Okay, moving on. What kind of soccer boots do you wear?
I'm wearing right now the Predators, new Predators.
Yes.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, I wear a red and black type of Predators. What color do you wear?
Same.
Oh, that's cool. Well, then hopefully we'll get to see you wear them on the pitch pretty
Yeah.
soon. What is one thing that people don't know about you that they would be surprised to know?
I really, I don't even like saying it, but I'll say it. Every time I go, like every time in like Christmas time or whatever it is, I try to help the community out as much as I can. But I don't tell anymore. And yeah, that's it. I just like helping like needy people. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, I think so.
And 3 words to define yourself, what would they be?
Hyperactive,
Hyperactive?
funny, I think, and I'll say baller.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing that came to my mind.
Okay.
Sorry, bro.
And this is my last rapid fire question, but it's kind of more of a closing question. But what are your goals for the future?
I'll just see myself stepping up every season, just improving my game. I don't see like like a sport that I want to be. I just want to improve every year. So, and I think I'm gonna be able to do that here and maybe like I don't know MLS or whatever.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Nice.
really like that. Yeah. I think you can achieve all of that.
Hopefully, yeah. I'll work hard for it.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Yao, for taking the time with us. You certainly made us laugh. You gave some great answers, and
Yeah.
we are really excited to see you when you get to finally play for the Wanderers and for the CPL. It's going to be fun to watch, so we're definitely looking forward to seeing you on the pitch.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
when the season does start, we'll see if it's your nickname or Morelli.
yeah. We'll see
That'll
about.
be a surprise
I,
for us.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking. But yeah, thank
Okay.
you guys for having me. I really enjoyed it. I really like laughed a lot, and yeah, really like you guys. All the support you gave us, you give us is like very very good for us. If, like especially right now with all this stuff. So yeah, hope we're gonna see each other on the pitch.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
good.
hope so
Yeah,
too.
All
thank you guys.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks, Zhao.
Thank,
Thanks, Xiao, so
Take
much.
bye.
care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.